If you've ever felt intense pain from the thought that you are being rejected or the thought that you're going to receive negative feedback, then this video is for you. When I was trying to create this video, I really struggled with how open I should be about my neurodivergence and my thoughts and feelings around rejection. In other words, I had to really navigate my own rejection sensitive dysphoria in order for me to want to put forth this video, because I was nervous about being criticized, being rejected, not getting any likes, getting a bunch of dislikes on this video. You see, rejection sensitive dysphoria is a particularly challenging form of emotional dysregulation, often associated with ADHD and other types of neurodivergence. Rejection sensitive dysphoria, or RSD, can make receiving any feedback or criticism an intensely painful experience. Even the slightest hint of rejection or feedback that's a little negative, or not getting a like on your video, can cause a lot of feelings of shame. RSD is especially difficult for folks in grad school or in their early career because you receive a bunch of feedback in your grad school experience or in your career. That feedback can feel like a punch to the gut, that you are just being attacked, and it causes a lot of pain, and that pain is very real, even when you are just perceiving negative feedback. There doesn't even need to be real criticism of your work. You just need to think there is criticism of that work for you to feel that intense pain. When we feel that intense pain, we can either direct it towards ourselves or externally. When we direct it towards ourselves, that's often when we start to experience the sadness, the sense of shame, because we don't think our work is up to snuff. We don't think we're good enough to succeed in where we're at. That's why neurodivergent conditions like ADHD or autism are often associated with depression and anxiety. But we can also externalize that pain and direct that pain outwards towards other people in our environment. When we do that, that results in a lot of anger and frustration directed at those folks. We could just yell and yell and yell about how frustrated we are or how angry we are about the rejection that we have received. So what does rejection sensitive dysphoria look like? It might look like a number of things. First, it can look like an intense fear of rejection or failure. And associated with that, it might look like perfectionism as we try to make our craft or our work as perfect as possible so no one can criticize it, no one can reject it. It also might look like hopelessness or helplessness whenever we do make a mistake or whenever we do receive some rejection or negative feedback about our work. RSD also might lead to people avoiding stressful social situations, so they avoid feeling unwanted or left out. For me, RSD looks like being extraordinary people-pleasing. I do a whole bunch of things in order to make sure I'm pleasing people, a whole bunch of work, a whole bunch of labor to make sure that my work isn't criticized or can't be attacked. And so for me, I really don't like to say no to people. It is really hard and almost painful for me to say no to people because I feel like I'm not living up to their expectations. I feel like I might disappoint them, and I feel like that might lead them to reject me. And so it is really hard to set boundaries and say no when we have rejection sensitive dysphoria. I'll give you one quick example. I hate calling people to cancel a subscription. If I have to talk to someone on the phone, it is really hard for me to say I no longer want their product. Whenever they say something to the effect of, oh, we really appreciate what you've done for us, or we really appreciate you being one of our customers, that just makes me feel so much pain that it makes me want to stay their customer. And that is a prime example of what rejection sensitive dysphoria can look like. Even really simple, caring comments like, I'm worried that you're working too much, can be really painful for me to experience, because I both want to satisfy and please the person who is worried about me, as I want to satisfy and please the person who I'm doing the work for, who I want to impress with the work that I am doing. And so either I feel like I have to really be a people pleaser, or I do the exact opposite. I don't try at all. There's kind of two extremes there. I people please, or I don't try because I don't want to be rejected, or I don't try something new because I will feel inexperienced and feel like I might be criticized or attacked based off that new experience. And so as I'm recording this video, I'm kind of experiencing some of that pain because I feel inexperienced as a YouTuber, and I feel inexperienced with sharing my thoughts and knowledge about neurodivergence. And so as I record this video, I'm kind of experiencing that dynamic again. I feel like I should people please folks and make sure that I'm helping people who need help in grad school. At the same time, I'm also experiencing this feeling like I'm an inexperienced YouTuber. I have no business doing this. And so that is kind of the dynamic that I navigate as I experience rejection sensitive dysphoria. And now that you know a little bit more about RSD, you may be wondering, what can I do about this? How do I navigate these dynamics? First, I would tell you to check out our next video on how to handle rejection And also, I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel because I'll be posting more content about RSD, other forms of neurodivergence, and how you can succeed in grad school and life. Thank you again so much for watching. Have a good one.